to know on this, but it's a great movie and a great film, and I'm loving that clip you got on the Nut House. You got me a great clip. Yeah, the Nut House. We'll call it the Nut House. All right, get that clip ready. Appreciate it, Marvin. Thank you. Let's do it. Good afternoon. I'm Steve S.H. Walters reporting for Breaking News 500 here in Vero Beach, Florida. Today's topic is the film One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. You know, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Well, we want you to do us a favor before we get on to this report and subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, just take a second, go ba-bing. And thank you to all the loyal subscribers. You guys are the best. We greatly appreciate you. And now let's get on to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. This film was released in 1975, directed by Milos Forman, produced by Michael Douglas, based on the book by Ken Kesey, and it stars Jack Nicholson, Louise Fletcher, and Michael Berryman. Now, the basic story is Jack Nicholson plays Randall McMurphy, and he's quite a character. He's kind of a wild man, folks. Now, he's a Korean War veteran, but he's also a criminal. And in court, they sentenced him to a mental hospital because he pleaded insanity. You know, he had a good attorney. He figured he got off easy. He didn't have to go to the hardcore place at the big house. He's going to go to this mental institution, and he'll run the place. He's going to be a piece of cake. It's going to be a cakewalk for him. Well, it's got its issues, too, including a crazy, well, I won't get crazy, but kind of a hardcore nurse named Miss Ratchet. And he's got to deal with her and some of the things there at that institution. Well, we've got a clip with him, with the patients, and they're in like a meeting type of a thing, and he finds out that most of these guys in there are there voluntarily, and he can't believe this because he's committed, and he thought they were all committed. Well, let's go to the clip. Are you ready, folks? Are you ready, Marvin? It's a great clip, huh? All right, you picked it out, and I appreciate it. All right, Marvin, roll the clip.
I'd like to know why none of the guys never told me that you, Miss Ratchet, and the doctors could keep me here till you're good and ready to turn me loose. That's what I'd like to know.
Well, fine, Randall. That's a good start. Would anyone care to answer, Mr. McMurphy?
Answer what?
You heard me, Harding. You let me go on hassling Nurse Ratchet here, knowing how much I had to lose, and you never told me nothing.
Now, Mac, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I didn't know anything about how much. Wait a minute. Now, listen. Now, look, I'm voluntary here. See, I'm not committed. I don't have to stay here. I mean, I can go home anytime I want.
You can go home anytime you want.
That's
You're
it.
bullshitting me.
No.
He's bullshitting me, right?
No, Randall. He's telling you the truth. As a matter of fact, there are very few men here who are committed. There's Mr. Bromden, Mr. Tabor, some of the Chronics, and you.
Cheswick, you're voluntary?
Mm-hmm.
Scanlon? Billy, for Christ's sakes, you must be committed, right?
No.
Oh. You're just a young kid. What are you doing here? You ought to be out in a convertible, bird dogging chicks and banging beaver. What are you doing here, for Christ's sake? What's funny about that?
Well,
Jesus, I mean, you guys do nothing but complain about how you can't stand it in this place here, and then you haven't got the guts just to walk out? I mean, what do you think you are, for Christ's sake, crazy or something? Well, you're not. You're not. You're no crazier than the average asshole out walking around on the streets, and that's it.
How's your cheesecake? This is really, really good. Chocolate cheesecake, wow. Very nice. We're back on? All right, thanks, Mark. Put this over here. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, I got a little chocolate cheesecake here. Well, you see, my birthday today. Girls brought in the chocolate cheesecake for me and Marvin while you were watching that clip. Very good chocolate cheesecake. Now you're probably wondering how old I am. Should I disclose it? Well, what the heck. I'm 65. I'm officially a senior citizen. Well, I don't think I look 65. I definitely don't feel 65. I feel about 35. And I don't act no 65. And I refuse to act 65. I'm going to continue to move forward, keep working, and enjoy life. Because life is meant to be enjoyed. Now let's get back to this report. I'm working on my birthday. Isn't that nice of me? Now let's get back to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. This film actually had a lot of mental patients in the film that were used as extras. And they filmed it at the Oregon State Mental Hospital in Salem, Oregon. Now this film was a big break for Jack Nicholson. He didn't get paid a lot to be in this film, but he got a percentage of the profits. And the film grossed over $120 million. So he made a good chunk of money there. And along with that, it was a breakout film for him, made him a huge star. Now they also got 5 Academy Awards, and Jack Nicholson won Best Actor for Academy Award, Louise Fletcher Best Actress, Miles Forman Best Director, and Best Screenplay and Best Picture. And they even got listed in the National Film Registry in 1993, preserved there. So it's been quite a success with this film. Now, you're not going to believe some of the things I'm about to tell you. This is going to get very entertaining. Are you ready for this? Did you notice that Danny DeVito's in this film? Yes, Danny DeVito. He played the part of Martini, and he did a great job. Well, he was having some issues on the course of making this film. You see, he was 3,000 miles away from his future wife, Rhea Perlman. He was missing her and dealing with that. Then he was having some issues working in this mental state hospital, and he created his own imaginary friend that he would have chats with at the nighttime after filming and things. He'd have these chats with this imaginary friend. So he got a little concerned about his own sanity. Seeing the doctor there, Dr. Brooks, told him what was going on, and Dr. Brooks said, look, as long as you realize you're making a movie, you're working on a film, you're playing a character that's fictional, you're going to be okay. And that kind of put Danny DeVito to ease, and I think he was okay. Some crazy stuff was going on in the course of making this film. Now, Kirk Douglas, he actually played the part of Randall McMurphy on stage in 1963, and he bought the film rights to this, but he hung on to it for a long time. Took a long time to get it into development. By the time they were getting ready to develop it, he was too old to play the part anymore, so he gave the rights to his son, Michael Douglas, and let Michael take it from there. And I think Michael Douglas did a great job in producing this film. And actor Sidney Lassick, he's the one that played Cheswick, where Randall McMurphy says, "You too, Cheswick? You're volunteer?" He's a great actor. He did a great job in this film. But he actually had a real-life mental breakdown in the course of making this movie. So bad, he broke down into tears, got really emotional, got a little physical, and he had to be physically removed from the set. This mental hospital was affecting everybody. Now, the fishing scene, which I think is a classic, that was kind of a nightmare for the filmmakers because it took them a week to shoot it. It was the only scene that was not shot in sequence. When they were out on that boat, everybody got seasick except for Jack Nicholson. And after all these issues, they were going to cut it from the film. They were thinking about cutting it, but they decided to leave it in, which I think is a great choice because it really adds to the film that they got out from that mental hospital and they had like an adventure. I thought it was a great scene. You can see this film on iTunes, Netflix, Amazon, a few other places, Google Play, and just check around. You can see it. It's a great film. I know you're going to enjoy it. If you've already seen it, go watch it again and put down in the comments your favorite scene. I'd love to hear it. What's your thoughts about this film? What do you think? What did you take away from it? Well, give me your thoughts. And from Marvin and my staff, and thank you, staff, for that wonderful cheesecake. Greatly appreciated, and you're greatly appreciated. I'm Steve S.H. Walters reporting for Breaking News 500. Have a great day.